Dr. Padma Subrahmanyam is an icon in the field of classical dance. She is a pathbreaker, a pioneer who has tread new ground. A number of young dancers look up to her for inspiration. She is here today to take part in the Legdem Mela organized by Carnatic Music Forum and the Shruti Foundation. She is one of the few dancers who has done actual field work. She has climbed temple spires to research about the Karanas. Dr. Padma, how did you start out on this voyage of looking at the Karanas and trying to go deeper into them?
Well, even as a child, I used to be very fond of paintings and sculptures. And as a dancer, when I always went to Chidambaram temple, I used to wonder why those beautiful postures are not being taught as part of my dance that I learned. So this urge was there in me, and then that was perhaps the beginning of my, that quest in me was beginning of my research.
How did you start going deeper into the Natya Shastra?
Actually, it was the sculptures which took me into Natya Shastra. Even as a teenager, I started teaching because my Nrityodaya dance school, which was started by my father, Director K. Subramaniam, has been a charitable organization. We have been giving free tuition for 10 years for the economically backward students. And this was started in 1942. I started teaching when I was 14 because my father used to say I must share my knowledge with the orphans. That's how I started teaching. But when I started teaching, I realized that I have to have a methodology for teaching, which included some theoretical aspects, and I started studying on my own. As I started studying on my own, I realized there was a gap between theory and practice, and that gap had to be bridged. This became a sort of a goal in my life.
And Bharata, he's been an inspiration for you. And now we know that apart from Nrityodaya, you are planning something on a huge, mega level, a project focused on Bharata. And you can tell us more about your project, the Bharata Ilango Foundation for Asian Culture. So could you share something about that?
Bharata Ilango Foundation for Asian Culture is a pan-Asian research center on performing arts. During the course of my research, first thing that I found was Bharata Muni's Natya Shastra is a pan-Indian work, and it connected all the regional performing arts forms. And as I proceeded with my research, I was able to realize that the Natya Shastra is a pan-Asian research work. It's a pan-Asian work because those things mentioned in the Natya Shastra are found scattered all over Asia. And miraculously what happened was when I designed 108 dance sculptures of Shiva and Parvati for a new temple of Nataraja Muni at Uttara Chidambaram, that is in Satara, which was planned and it was built at the behest of the sage of Kanchi. It so happened that after 12 years, when the whole project was completed, I went to Indonesia only to discover that at least 52 dance sculptures of Shiva which I discovered there tallied with my designs for Satara temple. And this showed the extraordinary link beyond time and space. And I felt there was a need to create an awareness in Asia about these links. There is link between Chinese theatre and Natya Shastraic tradition, Japanese kabuki, the dances of Indonesia, Cambodia, Thailand, Vietnam, and so on, and of course Sri Lanka, which is uh, even nearer to India. And I thought it is very essential that Asians understands Asians understand Asia. And this Pan Research Center is meant to revitalize this awareness about these links, and also to help harmony and development in Asia without losing Asian values. In the name of globalization, what is happening is we are only copying the West. Everything cannot be the same. If everybody is going to wear a uniform like an air hostess, there will be no variety in life. So, what we need is to validate every culture and understand the underlying similarities, unity, and also the basic spiritual quality of Asian culture. So, this is our project. There will be 108 sculptures of Shiva and Parvati made with granite, and the museum will include artifacts from all over Asia, with a memorial for Bharata Muni right at the center. I need the support of everybody in the world. Every drop makes an ocean. It's a huge, well, economically a huge project. With I don't know where the courage came to me from. God gave me the courage. We have started, but I am appealing to all of you to help us out.
We know that a number of artists have come forward to financially help this project, and we sincerely hope a number of Rasikas, because they are the world over, will come forward and contribute, be part of it rather. We'll all be part of it and make it a huge success, so that your vision becomes part of that huge vision which has been ordained for our culture.
Actually, the 108 dance sculptures of Shiva and Parvati are all being sponsored by dancers of India and abroad, because I would like to have an inscription of all these names. A couple of centuries later, people will know who were the big dancers of this century. And the Karanas were sponsored by the dancing tribe of this century.
Of course, this brings back to mind the way she led 1,000 dancers to perform at the big temple in Tanjavur, the way she taught 1,000 through videos and little sessions, and 1,000 dancers from all over India and some even from abroad came, and it was a wonderful experience to perform under the canopy of the night sky, with the moon above the main temple spire and stars shining. It was like Aharya of Shiva, and we could feel that beauty, and all credit goes to Dr. Padma, whom all of us call Paduka, and we are very happy that she's here as part of this little event in this huge Madras mega season, which is called the Mad Madras season. The Madras season